Okay, so one of the problems I had was trying to get blink to work on at different timings. So I've created this one which is called JOAT, Jack of all trades. And what I've done is I've got basically identified that all the pins are outputs apart from pin 2 and 4, which would be potential inputs, which I'm not using at the moment. It's also doing the serial print out of all my different values I want. And here I've got blink, so I'm using a count feature going through, so it counts to 100. And to start off with, for blink A, basically for every 20, which a count works out to be about 10 counts to a second. So this is on for a second, off for a second, right? So this one's on for half a second, off for half a second. This one's on for a tenth of a second, and then this one stays on for 8/10 of a second and drops off for 2/10 of a second. So it's flashing on for a long time. All right, so that's the blink. Then I've got fade running as well. So again, I'm using the count function, timesing the count of 100 times by 2.5 to get the brightness of count, and offsetting each of these counts so to give me a different fade. And then I've got traffic lights, and again I'm using count, dividing it by 100, and so it's on for 7/10 of a second, or 7 seconds, sorry. Yes, that sounds better. So using basically 10, yeah, so on for 7 seconds, orange light for a second, and then red light for 2 seconds. And then if once the count gets to 100, reset the count back to 1, otherwise just add 1. So if we have a look over here, I've actually got one Arduino board, and the first one is my pin 13. So I have pin 13 in here, going over, so over here I've got my normal on for a second, off for a second light. This one's the on and off every second, this one's on every 10th of a second, and this one's the one that's on and off for a longer period of time. Alright, coming off the same board is my traffic lights. So green, orange, red, and then back to green. And also coming off from the same board is my fading. Alright, so you can see this one's fading off, that one's off, and the next one will go off. So fading, getting back to brightness. That's all running off the same board. So instead of using a delay, which delays the whole program, I'm using count.